you very much.
We'll go over to Joe now, who's in a toy shop. Joe, now, I know you've got a Monopoly board in front of you, and you're talking about board games. It was pointed out to us earlier that apparently you went round the board the wrong way when you started doing your moves earlier on.
You know what? You're absolutely right, Charlie. I did. It shows you how long it's been since I actually played the game. I went clockwise instead of anti-clockwise, or the other way around. Either way, I was in jail the last time you joined us, but I've done quite well since then. I've become actually a billionaire. So you can see here's Lynam Towers. I've just built this here, and I have bought a struggling football club, Wycombe Wanderers or something like that, and I've built a huge stadium here, as you can see here. And this is all part of the kind of the updating of very traditional board games. So with me now is Grant, who is from Hasbro, who make Monopoly. It's all about tweaking at the edges, making it interesting for people.
Absolutely. The original game is still available to buy, but every year we try to make it relevant to today's society. So the new twist in Monopoly, very similar to the current housing market, is that prices can actually go up and down for your properties.
Reflecting reality.
Absolutely. Right. So there's also counterplay. So you can now buy fantastic buildings and stadiums like you've just demonstrated.
Now, the reason we're here, Grant, is the fact that even though we're in a recession, overall games might be down, but sales of the traditional board games like Scrabble and Monopoly are doing quite well.
Yes, we're seeing a re-interest in the board game market. I do think it comes down to the recession that's currently happening and the relative good value that is found within a board game. And it's great family fun. It's
family fun until kind of dad or older brother turns into a kind of a mogul and a property, Rupert Murdoch, as it were.
Absolutely. Do you know what? If dad is starting to do that, why not buy a dump or a refinery and put it right next to his hotel and watch the prices plummet?
Before we nip on to Philip, you do electronic stuff, the kind of the video games as well, don't you?
We have a relationship with Electronic Arts, and our board games are featured on the likes of Nintendo Wii, for example. So you can play a digital version on your Wii in the living room of Monopoly,
That could be misconstrued, that last sentence, but I will move on to Philip, who is from Mattel. Mattel, of course, own the world-famous Scrabble. Sales are also up for your board games, is that not right?
Yes. We've done particularly well over the last couple of years. It's the traditional games that everybody knows and love, and they're going back to them in these times. And also we're keeping up with the times with our really Scrabble's available on virtually every media, phone, computer that there is. So we're keeping up to date as well.
And you and I have been playing a game in the course of the morning, and as you can see, we have Charlie, we have breakfast, and we have Kate. I'm just going to slide in here my 5 letters here, games. So we have breakfasts. That looks quite good. Now, how many points is that?
Well, you're in good form today, Joe, because you just scored 87 points, so you've blown me away.
I think I have really trounced you today, yes, indeed. Listen, thanks both of you, to Philip and to Grant, for bringing your board games along. And that's about it from the toy store in Sudbury.
Well, thank you very much, Joe. Thank you. I'm glad he's enjoyed himself.
He is having fun there today. Joe, thanks.